smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter. Mix and transfer news, it's what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Keeps a positive spin. What Kate's doing, the Mickey has a name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing. Or she's flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping. The perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim, I gotta smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter. Mixing, transferring news, it's what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jimbo always keeps a positive spin. What Kate's doing, the Mickey has her name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing. Or she's flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping. Perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter. Mix and transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jim always keeps a positive spin. What Kate's doing, the Mickey has her name dropping. Gets you out of the blue and let you stop rubbing. Or she's flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping. Always keeps a positive spin. What Kate's doing, the Mickey has her name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing. Or she's flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping.
Welcome back, everyone, to the perfect match. It's Friday the 13th, which just about sums up our life, because could things really get any worse with Tottenham Hotspur after scraping a draw against Rangers last night, which we will delve into, but we will also be doing the Premier League preview for the weekend's football. As always, I'm joined by Jimbo. Barrison Royale has graced us with his presence today, and Mr. Chang. So, Jimbo, first of all, how are you?
It looks like you got a little red dot on your face. Lift your glasses up.
It's a reflection.
No, you haven't. Oh, yeah, I'm all right. We got a draw. Well, a loss, was it? Not the end of the world, is it? Everybody's like having like meltdowns. And look, I'll go into it in a minute. I'll just say hello. All right, Barry. All right, Chang. Hello, everyone in chat. It's not as bad as everyone thinks. Come on, let's all calm down.
Calm down. Do you know what, Nick? It's been that long since you've been on the show. I don't know whether you're in the right position. Are you or not?
I'm that tired, Kate. I can't even remember, if I'm honest. I might be. I don't know. Can someone confirm if I'm on the? I think I'm not in the right place. I think I should be the other side. But then again, I might not be. I might be a flip flop, and I might be in the right side. So I don't know anymore, if I'm honest. But yeah, a late one last night. A bit like Jimbo. We were lucky to get a point, but we didn't lose. So I guess with the team that we had out, and I know we'll get into it, I guess, small mercies. I guess we snatched a point from the jaws of victory or whatever.
Go away!
What position are we in the league?
Trying to jump on my lap.
What position are we?
We're in the Europa League, 9th.
Yeah. Oh, we're 9th. All right.
I think we need 4 points. Right.
Yeah.
We should do it. But hey, it's I'm a bit tired, so I'll try and bring some energy, but I'm struggling, let's just say.
Okay. We'll let you off. Mr. Chang, how the devil are you?
I'm doing rather well, given how early I had to start the morning, just to catch the second half, or rather the last half hour of that away draw at the Ibrox against Rangers. I think it's just perfect that my alarm clock woke me up some 60 seconds before Kulusevski's equalizer. And that's pretty much put a spring in my step. Yes, I know it's kind of lame to say that, I'm celebrating a draw or I'm thankful that we avoided defeat. Well, if I can't even take small comforts in us not losing for the third consecutive competition in a row, I think there has to be something chronically wrong with you. So it's been a rather tough, long day for me here at the construction site, especially given the weather that is just flip-flopping even worse than some of us here, Spurs fans, with the weather blowing hot and cold. I didn't mention anyone. I am avoiding using
Say it
any
with
names.
chest, Chang. Say it with chest. If you're gonna say it, mate, say it with chest.
Queen of the flip
All the
flops here.
same, all the same, I am more than ready to get this show underway with our match day 15 predictions, and I'm sure we will dissect our away draw. But without further ado, back to you, Miss Kate.
I think it's 16 actually. I think it's week 16 this week.
It is.
It's going that it is, isn't it? Yeah. But let's have a look who's in the chat. We've got Just Harmless Potato. Big up to you. Good to see you. Designed to Win. Good to see you. Shemtan said, good morning, Princess Kate. Said Jimbo, Mr. Royale Senior, and the youngest looking old man, Mr. Chibi Chang. Hope all is well today after that horrible performance once again from Spurs. Thank you very much, Matt. I do love my intro, I must admit. Big up Angus. Rangers should have beat you if it wasn't for Forster, they would have. And in other news, water is wet. Thank you for that little piece of knowledge there, Angus. Always appreciated. Big up Ben Bryant saying, big up Kate, Jim, Chang, Nick and chat. Much love to you. Phil P's not wooing this morning. He's in this morning, but we're woo for you. Anyway, looks like Mr. Chang had to quickly put on his Spurs shirt to cover his Chelsea shirt. It definitely wasn't a Chelsea shirt. Nick, look away now. Every time there's a corner. Good morning, Matt. Good to see you. George is here. Said, I see they're launching injuries investigations. I reckon having the NFL pitch underneath is a problem. The ground is hard underneath. Notice a lot of slipping because there's no deep root system. I'm not sure. That all just sounds like excuses to me.
Well, it's not underneath, is it? It's underneath, but on a separate platform. So it's not directly underneath.
That's right.
But maybe there's something in that. I don't know. But on high level performance pitches, I will say that it's not like your grass in your back garden, right? It's like walking on carpet. That's maybe
or AstroTurf.
Not even AstroTurf. Yeah. Not even AstroTurf. So I've been fortunate enough to walk on a professional grass outfield, and it was the weirdest feeling. Obviously, well, I mean, you wouldn't expect anything else, but you don't expect it because all you're used to doing is walking on the normal grass, right, or a field, or going for a walk, or anything else, right? This is like walking on carpet. It's the weirdest feeling ever. So. There you go.
There we go.
Bit of information for you all on this miserable Friday the 13th.
Exactly. Big up, Ronnie. Good to see you. Good to see you, Fiona. Said afternoon all. Watched last night and had the We Are Tottenham TV watch along on. Another very poor display. Is that from the We Are Tottenham TV watch along?
Oh, okay. Don't give me that nonsense. I blame the pump up. I'll tell you what I blame that lesbian on the pump up. That's who I blame.
Yeah, everything's her fault. That lesbian that does the pump up. She knows nothing.
Jimbo, that comment when you said it at the end, me and Ben were in absolute stitches.
Dear, that guy follows.
Who wouldn't want to be married to a lesbian? It's great, isn't it?
Do you know that guy follows me everywhere, and under all the shows I do, he writes comments about me being a lesbian. I don't know why. Maybe it's his fantasy.
Thing for you, Kate, that's why.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I wish he'd bugger off.
Where are you? If you're in here, show yourself. Don't just look. Don't just watch. We're not into voyeurism like that. We want you to, come on. You say it with chest as well. You say it with chest as well. Not too much.
Exactly. Ronnie said, send Werner back on the 1st of Jan. I don't ever want to see him again. Dessers should have scored. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Exactly that. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, Benny. Exactly.
Yeah.
He had a
Mr.
cock
Harmless-
with my uncle, Angus. What kind of point are you trying to make, mate? Do you know what I mean? What nonsense are you talking about?
If Kate had a wife, she'd be a lesbian.
Exactly. What are we doing here, Angus? We're doing this again, are we?
If my sister had wheels, she'd be a bike. I'm just saying. Just a harmless potato says it's a bit strange that Ange calls out Werner now of all times. Of course, Werner's been pretty awful so far, but what are the reasons? Are they trying to get Werner out in January? I have put a poll in the chat asking if people think that Ange was right to call out Werner, which we will go into. Angus, if he doesn't win this weekend, he's done. Yeah, I think there's some truth in that. I'd love for them to come to Arsenal without Vicario, Romero, and Van der Ven. Why are you scared? Are you scared? Big up, Anthony Clark. Hope you're well. Morning, Leo. Morning, homie. Hope you're well. Morning, Paul G. SDFC says, I see the Arsenal Terrace has bought a few of the. Now, let's not be nasty, please. I won't tolerate any nastiness in the chat. Thank you very much.
I'm the nasty one. I can be nasty. No one else. Yeah, don't be nasty.
Yeah, exactly. Big up Drew La La, the real D. Barry has been round Emerson's back garden. There we go.
Oh, we're going to get onto that, guys. We're going to get onto a right back that we haven't got that we let go in the summer. Whoa, don't you worry about that. I've got time for days on that subject.
Big up Nippon. I hope you had a good holiday. Afternoon to you, Ed M. Use absolutely love an excuse. What if we haven't excused anything yet? What are you talking about? We haven't even spoken about it yet.
Angus, is this box office's soccer count? There's a lot of waffling going on.
Look, we might as well just get straight into the game and get everybody's view on the match. Jimbo, I'm going to come to you first and see what you thought of the game.
Look, right. First thing is, I think a lot of people are going to get their wish. I think Ange will be gone soon. As soon as one 2 nights ago, he starts saying you don't talk about players in the media. You're on mute, Kate.
24 hours before he said it.
Yeah. So 2 days ago, right, he said you don't talk about players in the media, and then 24 hours later, he's talking about a player in the media, right? To me, that tells me the things ain't good, and he's throwing someone under the bus for a reason. And I don't agree with it personally. I don't give a shit how bad someone is. A manager should be behind his players, like the supporters should be. And I kind of, I said this the other day. I've kind of accepted where we are. You know, I'll give my predictions, my 5-0, 4-0, because I love it, and I just hope we were going to win by that. But I'm kind of, I mean, I was right after the game, Kate. Yeah, I mean, you was with me. I've kind of accepted where we are. You know, if we lose or draw, I don't get upset anymore. I leave the meltdowns to people like Box Office, you know, who seem to love to have a meltdown. It's not good for your health. It's not good for your stress levels. You know, we're a football club. I've got a lot of important things going on in my life. And I'm not going to let it drag me down. So I just accept where we are, Kate. And I think that Ange, it's very hard. It's very hard to stick up for him, you know, when he's got natural players on the bench for positions and he's moving people around. Right, Vindaloo. He could have put Lancashire. All right, Jess. I hope you're well, darling. He could have put Lancashire up front. We had a natural centre back, which he never used. He's put in Gray there. I mean, they did say, I think it was Dragusin said that Gray in training trains a lot in for the back four. So he knew what he was doing there. But it's very strange, I think, that some of the things he does. And I think that it's going to come to an end soon, you know. And will I be bothered? No, not necessarily. If he stays, will I be bothered? No. You know, there's things happening in this club that are higher up than the team and the manager. It's just a shambles, really, all round. And I just won't let it get to me, Kate. I won't let it. make my stress levels up and won't let it make me ill. Got Christmas to look forward to, food to eat, presents to open. So I kind of focus more on that.
Yeah, exactly. Chang, what's your, I mean, I don't know if you saw it all. I think you said you saw part of it, but I mean, what's your thoughts on the result and where we are as a club at the minute?
For me, it's definitely 1 point gain and not 2 points drop. If there's any way to start my argument for what I saw in the last half hour or so, extra time included. And yeah, I think Rangers were rather unlucky not to have grabbed the winner. The outstretched foot of Foster and also the offside trap put paid to that. And I think all of us are expecting more of the same at St. Mary's come Sunday, and I think it's a rather late. I think it's something like 8 p.m. or maybe even 7 p.m. or 7. Right? Yep. So I think it's the last game of this match week 15 is going to be a real banger for me. And I think it rightly will be the last prediction for all of us. But yeah, if that last half an hour was anything to go by, I can expect another nail biter come Sunday. I really do hope we don't concede again on our travels first, because we all know how that usually turns up when Spurs concedes first. So that back line, the midfield, even our forwards for that matter, if they're still going to be misfiring, and if we are still going to have to rely on Kulusevski to save our bacon, then I think it's going to be a very, very long, festive month for us. But fingers crossed. I mean, me forever the eternal optimistic, and always looking at the bright side. I really do hope somehow we turn things around. Although with this threadbare current squad, I'm not sure if that's ever going to be the case. But yeah, there are positives to be taken. Don't get me wrong, from being able to pull level or to draw level at the Ibrox. But yeah, plenty to have to work upon. And let's hope for a better result in 72 hours.
Yeah, we need one. Nick, obviously you were doing the watch along and we are Tottenham TV. What did you make of it all?
Meh. Look, I think in reflection, coulda, woulda, shouldas, because I know Angus loves it. He could have saved that shot from Kulusevski. Dessa should have scored, but Forster didn't. Look, Forster again, for me, everyone was worried about Vicaria being out, but for the last 4 games, he's probably been the best, if not one of the best players on the pitch. He's kept us in games, or kept it respectable, one or the other. I think, for Gray and Dragushin, Gray started quite nervously, but they did pretty well, considering then Gray's not a defender, or he's a defensive midfielder or whatever he is. So I thought he grew into the game with Dragushin. I thought Bergvall, when he came on, looked sharp, looked like the Bergvall from what we saw in pre-season. I was a little bit surprised about Bentancur coming off, considering he hadn't played, or he's not playing at the weekend. I thought Sonny doesn't work down the centre. Brennan Johnson doesn't work on the left-hand side. Bissouma was trash again. Maddison, trash again. And I just think that, like with everything, Jim's right. It's a results business. Do I see a way out at the moment? Unfortunately, yes, we've got Southampton, but then the games we've got afterwards, we've got Man United at home, and they look like, obviously Bruno's an absolute rat, and the rest of them for turning up and starting to perform. So that doesn't bode well. Then we've got Liverpool, and then we've got Forest away. So unfortunately, basing this being a results business, if we don't win, we've won 1 game in 7. If we don't win another game in the next 3 and do a Man City, Ange doesn't have the credit in the bank that Pep has, or the players. So I think it could be over by Christmas. It could be Ange could be driving home for Christmas, or flying home for Christmas. But look, I just think that last night in particular was, we shouldn't have got a point. We didn't deserve a point, but we got a point. We're ninth in the table. We need 4 more points. I think me and Ben were working out 4 more points. We go away to Hoffenheim and then we're at home to Elfsborg, and they're both near the bottom, 24th and 26th, I think. So even 3 points might be enough based on different results, right? So you never know. You never know what could happen. But at the moment, we're still in 3 competitions. Whether that changes if we go out to Man United, and that's what I mean. If we go out to Man United, we lose to Liverpool, lose to Forest, then it's like Jimbo said, it's not going to look too great based on the results point of view. And also, like what Jimbo said as well about calling out the players. Said he wasn't going to do it, then he does it.
Well, Nick, I just listened to him, right? He's done today's interview, and he said he's sick of the players that get a walk on that pitch and don't give their all. He said, so he's looking around the changing room, and he said they know who they are. And he said, if they don't want to give their all for this club, he said, I want to win things at this club and I want to take this club to the top. He said, if they don't want to do that, then they can leave. They can go to
100%. But it's again, it's a time when sometimes saying less is more. And I think
the optics don't look good.
He's putting himself in another situation when he doesn't need to put him in a situation. You saw afterwards he was having a word with Porro on the pitch, right? Now you can sit there and say, Porro was trash. Porro can't defend. Porro's tired. Porro, whatever you want to say. But it looked like Porro was taking on board what was said. I think Werner's probably had a hissy fit and said, why am I not playing? Why are you taking me off? Blah, blah, blah. Do you know what I mean? So, and I think for me, if the focus needs, I know we've got Southampton and it is Southampton. Then I think, Spence should play it right back, give Porro a rest. Bergvall should come in. And obviously Basuma suspended, so we haven't really got a lot that can, again, go into that midfield. Sarr, Basuma, Sarr, Bergvall, Maddison or Kulu. It's going to be 3 of those 4, right? And then Son on the left and Solanke up top, I guess, is how it's going to go. So, look, I just think that, yes, it wasn't a great performance, but we should have lost. And how many times have we sat there going, we've played well and we've drawn or we've lost, and actually we've done the opposite and we've got a point from out of nowhere. So, look, let's just wait and see. It's never dull, but there you go.
Yeah, look, there's some quotes from Ange Postecoglou. He said, we've got a limited number of players. It's a great challenge. I want people who are up for the challenge. Last night was not about Timo Werner. It's about the situation we're in. There are other players who could also give more to what we were trying to do last night. I just felt that last night, because he hasn't played a lot, there should have been some freshness around him. It wasn't criticism. It was an assessment. I'm not going to go around worrying about bruising egos. If someone who's fit feels he needs something extra in this moment, he's probably not the right type of player. So, look, I hate it when managers call out players individually, because I just think the players get enough stick as it is from fans, from commentators, from the press, from the media, whatever. However, when managers do that, it does normally mean they're feeling the pressure themselves and are trying to find someone to blame. I think if Ange gets anything other than a win at Southampton, I just can't see him carrying on. Yesterday, as much as I defend Ange, and I don't think sacking him's the right thing, I agree with Alex on the fact that if you're just going to sack him and bring Mason in, then it ain't the right thing to do.
You've got to have a plan, Kate, in the background. If you're going to sack him, you need a plan.
I just don't see him being at the football club much longer. Our players just looked uncoached. There was no togetherness. There was no energy. It was for me, it was absolutely shambolic. I hated every second of it. Someone said Alan McCoy went, "Oh, it's a brilliant game. I'm loving it. I don't want it to end." I thought it was shocking. Whether that's because we were so poor, but Rangers were good, but I didn't enjoy it one bit. But Chang, do you think Angie's walking on very sort of thin glass at the minute?
He's definitely treading on thin ice for one. Just based on the results. Yeah, but look, I think it was maybe over a month ago when things started to take a turn for the worse. When I just gave him the ultimatum of hanging in there till we play United in the quarterfinals of the League Cup. And I still stand by my word. I still will stick by him. The ideal scenario is for him to see out the season come summer of next year. But as you rightly mentioned earlier, that run of fixtures, losing to United, losing to Liverpool, even losing to Forest, he might be gone even before the end of the calendar year. So yes, he's definitely treading on thin ice. But let's just take all the games one at a time. When we beat City away, I said it was just a league win. When we lost to Bournemouth, I mentioned it the same thing. It was just a league loss. And yesterday's draw against Rangers was just another league draw, much like the home draw against Roma. So let's see what happens. Let's see what transpires against Southampton at St. Mary's. I wouldn't hold out any hope for us getting anything more than a single points, if I'll be perfectly honest. But I'm going to predict a Spurs win nonetheless, because I think anything less would be nothing short of catastrophic for Big Ange at this moment. I know our away form isn't good, but if there ever was one away game for the remainder of the season for us to turn our away form around, despite, yes, I know, not having 3 regular centre backs, as long as our forwards are still fully fit and they can find their way to score the way they did against City, then fingers crossed we should get a win against Southampton, and Big Ange will be able to prolong his stay to the end of the season at the very least. Back to you, Miss Kate.
Chang, I think even if look, I know we need to take it one game at a time and everything else, and we don't know who's going to be back and everything else, right? January looks worse. We got Newcastle, Arsenal, Everton away, City at home, Tamworth away in the FA Cup. I mean, that doesn't fill me with excitement because I'm worried that we're going to go there and just be destroyed by that long throw that that guy does for Tamworth. So look, we need to just, you're right, take it one game at a time. We just need to get through Sunday, and then Thursday. Yeah, I mean Thursday could be the key one. If it's definitely not Thursday, it could be the Sunday. If we don't win if we don't win 1 in 10, then and then we go out the Carabao Cup. It's going to be it's going to be hard, right? It's going to be hard. But like you say, I don't know what the answer is. The answer certainly isn't Ryan Mason.
No.
The answer certainly isn't Graham Potter or Gareth Southgate or Eric Ten Hag.
Harry Redknapp for the end of the season.
Yeah, that won't happen.
I mean, what's he going to do? Bring Crouch, Defoe, and Cranshaw back together? Get the boys back together?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh my God, Kay, what are you doing? I mean, look, I think look, it was Kulu again, right? Kulu again. If everyone else could show that passion, he looks absolutely shattered. He looks absolutely shot. But if anyone could show that passion, I mean, he didn't start very well when he came on, but he was there when it mattered, and that's all, And I guess, I said it last night. For me, that either it's a bit of both. Everything's a bit of both, but Son's either lost it or he doesn't fit the system, or it's a bit of both. But I think we are going to have to start getting used to seeing these types of performances and everything from Son. As much as we don't want to say it, and as much as we don't want to admit it, I think it's. I know Ben last night was defending him, saying when everyone doubts him, he comes back, and maybe he'll come back at the weekend. Maybe I want a bit of reverse psychology, but we're where it was a 4 out of 6 games he's playing well. It's a 1 out of 6 maybe at the moment. So
yeah, I hear you. Go on, Chang.
It just occurred to me when you said something about bringing back Harry Redknapp and the players that he had under him. It just occurred to me that if he were to come back, there actually is one player that he can bring back who was still with him when he was still with us and is still very much playing at the top level. That player is actually Luka Modric. As hard to believe as it is, you think about it, the longevity of Modric is just astronomical. How I would very much love to have him back, even if it's just for one season, much like when Bale came back to us from Madrid. Just having him around the likes of your Pepe Matasar or Madison or even Bissouma for that matter, that just tells you the levels, the difference in levels between Modric and our current midfield. Even at his age right now, even I know that he's on the decline. Having Modric back, yes, he won't be starting every game. Yes, he's not the same Modric we had almost 2 decades ago. But hell, that's a place to start. But that's just a thought that came to me when we were talking about Harry Redknapp. Back to you, Miss Kate.
Yeah, I mean, Jimbo. Paddy just said name a player that Andrew's improved other than Kulu. I mean, Davis, who I have to say, they've said that Ben Davis is not as bad as first thought. There's a chance he could be back before the new year. So that's good news. But I would say Davis and Forster have improved, but I don't know if that's because of Ange or whether it's just because they're fighting for their place. I'm not sure.
I think BJ's improved. I think Sar's improved. It's hard, Kate. It's hard, right? And I'm not making an excuse here, right? Because it happens to all teams. But it's hard because we never seem to be able to get a settled team. I think that makes a big difference. If you had a settled team, a basis of a team, and you just changed it here and there, I think that would help a lot. And we can't seem to get that. We seem to get it for a couple of games, and it all goes up the wall with injuries. But I don't think it's the high line that's killing us. I just think that our defenders are not playing well and making a lot of mistakes. You know, and I think that is. I don't think it's the high line. I mean, there's games where people have moaned about the high line, and yet we've had like 9 people behind the ball, and still let goals in, like against Chelsea. I mean, we had nearly everyone back against Chelsea, and we still give 2 penalties away and let what's his name score? Enzo. Was it Enzo? Yeah. So I think it's a lot to do with that. I don't know if it's the coaching. I can't say. I mean, I do watch a lot of their training sessions, and they're being coached, or it's just the players are not good enough. But look, I mean, it's something that I've just accepted now. We are where we are, and we have to see where we go. You know, one thing about football that I've learned over the years, I've watched football for a lot of years, supported Spurs a lot of years. Things will change. They won't stay like this. You know, it will change. I don't think it's ever going to change massively for the better all the time. Levy's in charge. I just believe that. You know, I think Romero calling him out was a good thing. And it's brought people on TV into it who have said things. But I just think that it will turn around, you know, when Arsenal were having their bad period. I used to say to UK, enjoy it while you can because it won't last. Same thing with Chelsea. And it's the same thing with us. Things will turn around sooner or later. And I've just come on board, just accept where we are, what's happening. And I don't let it get me down. I won't have meltdowns. It's not good for me health. I'm in my 60s and I don't want to be stressed every time I watch Tottenham play. So I just kind of chill with it.
Nick, Bobby Kay coming out with a very good point. This team needs Emerson Royale, as crazy as it sounds. He would actually make a big difference if selected, that is. Ange might want 7 keepers instead.
I did find it strange they were so quick to kick him out the door, because I always said I wasn't as mad on him as Nick, but I always said that I thought he was a good player and he always give his all. So it was strange to me to kick him out the door, and they got Spence, but don't use Spence. So it just seems a strange move to me. It really does.
Well.
I always stuck up for you, so don't sound flip-flopping.
I did it. If you let me speak to him, then I can say what I was about to say. I said, apart from maybe Jimbo, the rest of you all coming out, get rid of Emerson Royale. Well, he'd have been perfect at the time when we need him. He could play at left back. He could play at centre back. He could play at right back. He can certainly defend better than Porro.
I mean, he give everything. That's what I liked about him.
He can't attack, so we know that. But isn't hindsight a wonderful thing? And all those people coming for me about Emerson Royale, I'll just sit here now. Emerson Royale is still getting hate in Milan. He's just turning up and doing his thing, winning games, pocketing Mbappe and Vinny Jr. the other week, just doing his thing. And I just think that was, like Jim said, if Spence was signed and he was going to play, then why is he not playing? Because you might as well have kept Emerson Royale, and he, like you said, I think he would have. He had fight
in him, Nick. No? That's what I liked about him. That he fought for everything.
Of course.
I still look. I love that people's hindsight is saying it, but for me, if we was to get another Emerson Royale, that's just moving backwards. You know, I get the argument for a Højbjerg. I don't think we've got anyone that's doing what Højbjerg did, but Emerson Royale is, in the words of Alex Box Office, he was bang average, and all he was good for was Instagram. I did quite enjoy his Instagram, but everything else. But sorry, Nick, you keep fighting the good fight.
It just fall on deaf ears. Paddy asked me to be muted. I'm not going to be nice about you now, Paddy. Now you've said that. Look, isn't it interesting? Not just for Emerson Royale, but there's players that have gone that we all wanted out of this club, or the majority of people wanted out of this club, and then when it's in times like this, we go, Christ, he could have done a job, right? Yeah. Because if he's not, Spence was never in the squad. Emerson Royale, let's just say Emerson Royale was in the squad, then he could have played at right back. Porro could have a rest. He could have played at left back. The Dodgy could have had a rest. Or he could have played at centre back, and Gray could have played at right back. Do you know what I mean? It gives so many options. It gives us more options than we've got at the moment. And I just think that it was silly. I mean, I don't really think we have much choice apart from bringing Ashley Phillips back in January as part of his loan deal, because you don't know how long Mickey's going to be out for. It's his fourth hamstring injury. Romero, what, 6 weeks maybe? Who knows? Again, you never know, right? You may come back, and I don't know. It's Bobby K's right. They all look bad, you know.
Yeah.
Even Eric freaking Dyer could have done a job.
The funny thing is that Eric Dyer looks great when he plays for Bayern Munich. I don't know what's going on.
It's a different league, Kate. It's a different league.
Is it, or is it just that we're just absolutely dog crap shit rubbish?
I mean, Mark just asked about Cess. Cess ain't even here no more, Mark. He's at Fulham.
No, Cess is back at Fulham. And Spence wasn't in the squad. I mean, Harmless Potato says Dyer walks into this team, and Pierre Højbjerg as well. I mean, it is bonkers. It just shows that we didn't do very well in the transfer window, because we've let these players go and clearly not replaced them. Rob Belcher says, judging by the poll, which I've got in the chat, for me, a manager should always keep his thoughts about his players in-house and never in a post-match comment. I'm with you. I think it's a disgrace. 66% have said that he was right to call him out. No, 63%. And 37% said he was wrong. I think it's outrageous. I hate it when managers do it. I think it's cowardly. I think it gives a really bad... It just leaves a really bad taste in my mouth. I don't like it at all. But the majority think he was right. Now, whether that's because everyone is frustrated with Timo Werner, I don't know. But for me, you just don't do it. And the thing is, he's never done it before. Angie's always the one who says, I'll take responsibility for this. I'll take responsibility for that. And then yesterday, he just threw Werner right under the bus.
He did say today, I'm taking responsibility, so some of the players have to.
Too late. Too late.
He said they know who they are.
It's too late. You can't say it after that's out there now. He said it. The press have said it. You know, it's way too late. Was you going to say something there, Chang?
I'm thinking back to the last time that we had a Spurs manager who actually called out any of our players. And honestly, I cannot recall even a single one for the past decade or so. Definitely not Redknapp or AVB or even Yol. Definitely not Mourinho or Conte. Conte did call out the owners. Yes, he did that right after the Wolves defeat. but that was just from frustration of not being back, or rather the lack of mentality from the players. But yeah, calling out a player is certainly weird, and it doesn't bode well for the rest of the squad, especially if they are looking over their shoulders, thinking, when is this manager going to call me out next? So this isn't the step in the right direction, but I think worse have happened. So yeah, I will just have to stick with this manager, and let's see what happens come end of the season, if he can even last that long.
Yeah, I mean, Leo says, did he throw him under the bus, or was he asked? Yes, he did. Because if he's asked, he says, look, Werner, no one played as like I wanted him to play, or I'm not going to single out one person in particular, like he would have done a few months ago. But you can see he is feeling the pressure massively. And I think it's uncalled for. I don't think there's any need for it. But yeah, I agree. I think it's the end for Ange and the end for Werner. Leo says, so he was asked, he didn't go out and just blame Timo. It kind of felt like he was to me. I don't know if I just read it that way and watched it that way, but yeah.
His exact words were that he's a senior player. He plays for his country. He's won a Champions League. That he's got players in the squad that are youngsters that are giving more and standing up more than someone like him. He's a senior player and he needs to act like a senior player. But
Yeah.
look, he's just not very good, Kate. I mean, it's all right calling him out. It's like me calling a 3-year-old out for not doing a marathon or something. I mean, he's not very good, and he tripped over the ball yesterday, and you went, "Oh my God, how shit was that?" And I just looked and thought, well, it's what he does. He does it every game, so it doesn't surprise me when he does it. He's just not a good player no more, And when he was in the Bundesliga, he scored over 100 goals, so he knows how to score a goal. But as I said a minute ago, it's a different league to this league. This league's a lot harder, and he can't make the cut, so he needs to go. I'm not going to slag him down because it's just we bought him. He was asked to come here, and he come. So it's not his fault. It's the people that bought him his fault.
Look, I'm going to ask you, Nick, on this. There was talk on a stream yesterday. I don't know whose stream. I didn't watch any streams yesterday that said that they would take Southgate. And I said, God damn it, you lot deserve to be shit. Surely not, Nick. Surely not. We're not in that situation.
Christ almighty. I think if you've seen a meltdown from Spurs, you'll see the monumental one this will be if that happens. Look, there's 3 people out there without a job. Like I said, Potter, Southgate, Ten Hag. I don't think any of them do anything with these players. I think it's the players need to take responsibility. How many times have we seen these players or this group of players throw the manager under the bus? The senior leadership team, yeah, it was all in a good time. In good times, everything's rosy and everything's fine. But when the going gets tough, Daigle mentioned it. They all go missing. Son, Maddison, Romero, all these senior players, they should be embarrassed.
Yeah,
that's what they're serving up. And the youngsters that are around the club are, that's where we thought we'd got rid of the kind of the poison when the other leadership or the group or whatever went with Højbjerg and Dyer and Skip and whatever or whoever was in it. But that's the trouble. And they should be setting an example to these players and saying it's not good enough. We don't have, how many times we said it, we don't have that one person, Barb, maybe probably Kulu, that's on that pitch saying, guys, come on, sort it out. Grabs the game by a scruff of the neck, goes and scores a goal, goes and flies into tackle. You saw the moment they were Rangers started putting in tackles yesterday and being a bit physical, that they just got all scared and they all just started falling on the floor and they just didn't. There was no fight. There's no fight. There's no belief. There's nothing, and that's what they should be ashamed about. And I don't think it's not just now. It's always been that way. The players just down tools. They think, well, there's 11 of us. They ain't going to get rid of 11 of us. They'll just get rid of the manager, and then they'll start playing well. And look at Man United. Perfect example. absolute shambles the way that they've been playing. Højlund couldn't score in a bloody brothel, and he keeps scoring bloody goals every week. You know, even Rashford was scoring the other week. I mean, it's mad to see that the players can do this and then get upset like, oh, he hurt my feelings. No, if we're doing a bad job, if any walk in life, if you're doing a bad job, you tell someone they're doing a bad job. Well, they either change it or you know they leave or they get sacked. You know, this is the way of life. It's not this. Let's all be cuddly, woke. Everyone's taking part. Everyone's doing. You know, everyone. Oh, you've turned up to work today. Well done. You turned up at 9 o'clock. Thanks for that. No, you've got to turn up. You've got to show up. And this is what these players need to do. They need to show up on Sunday in a game that is a massive banana skin. And if we don't get anything but 3 points on Sunday, I think Ben could be right. It could be over. It could be a Jose before the quarterfinal rather than Jose before the final. Because it won't be another meltdown. There'll be someone else getting called out. And then it's well, I just think we need to be doing better for these younger players. We've never done it. We've you know, Tanganga, Skip, Harry Winks to some extent. We haven't developed them properly, and two, we've not set very good examples for them to be human beings and to be footballers. And I think that's the problem that we've always had. Because after that, every time you hear it, it's Harry Kane, Harry Kane, Harry Kane, Harry Kane. You don't go back and talk about all the other youngsters in the academy and everything else. You then go back to what, Ledley King? I mean, come on, the gap is massive.
Yeah, I completely agree. Jim, I'm going to let you answer this one before we go into the Premier League preview. If I can find it. Here it is. Vindaloo asked, let me ask you again, what's your breaking point?
I don't have a breaking point, Vindaloo. I'm not like a lot of fans. I don't have meltdowns. I get a little bit down with it sometimes. Like the other day when we lost to Chelsea, I was a bit down because we were 2-0 up. But I soon snap out of it. I don't have breaking points. I've been around football too long, and I always say to Kate, 1 week you can be right down in the dumps, and then 2 weeks later, you know, everything looks more rosy, and that's the way I like to look at it. But look, as I said to you, Vindaloo, with Ange, I'm not sure he's the right guy, you know, but I'll back him while he's here. If he gets sacked tomorrow, the next day after, he won't get a second thought from me, and I'll be looking at who the next manager is, and I'll back the next manager. To have breaking points is to me, it's not meltdowns and screaming and shouting and slagging everyone off. Don't do any good, in my opinion. I'll leave that to other people to do. There's enough of them do it, so I'll leave that to them, and I'll just stay calm and back my team and give my predictions every week of 4 and 5-0.
Yeah, for me, if there was something in place already for a suitable replacement, my breaking points come. But I just think we're going to end up with Mason if we sack him. So what is the point? We might as well just let him have to the end of the season and see what happens.
Look, you've got to look at it, right? You've got to look at it realistically, right? Unless there's a major turnaround and all of a sudden these players all start becoming Pelés.
Paella, maybe. I don't know about Pele.
Well, unless they all start becoming Pelés and Maradonas, right? And there's a massive, what's that? Jimbo, that's it. You won't be. The inevitable is going to happen. He's going to get sacked. Right? I've just accepted that because I can't see with this squad, unless we get everyone back fit in the very near future, right? Because he's going to need them back fit in the near future to keep his job. Unless there's a massive change, man, he's going to get the sack in the next few weeks. You know, because there's games there that I'm going to predict we're going to win that we probably won't win. So it's the writing's on the wall.
I mean, the Manchester United semi-final, and then Liverpool, the Liverpool game. Those games terrify the shit out of me because we could get absolutely humiliated.
Well, a few weeks ago, Kate, you would say a few weeks ago, right? I'm saying 4 or 5 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago. You would say like we did against City, or well, these are games that wouldn't surprise me if we won, right? But people are not going to say that now because the performances the last 4 or 5 games have been that bad. I am struggling to see where the next good performance is going to come from.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. And that leads us on to the Premier League preview. But I'm going to do a points recap of what's occurred. So last week, Jimbo got done excellent. He got 1 point last week. Well done, Jimbo. Chang got 5 points, and Nick and I both got 8 points. And the scores on the doors are Jimbo with 78, Nick with 95, me with 97, and Chang with 102. So it's getting close, getting
Yeah, I'm
close.
not that far behind.
No, just like nearly 30, but you know.
Yeah, it's time to catch up. Plenty of time.
Yeah, there is plenty of time. But the first game of the weekend is Arsenal-Everton. I don't think there's a 12 o'clock game tomorrow, if I'm right.
No,
I think
there
it's
isn't.
3 o'clock there. No, there's not, is there? Jimbo, I'll come to you first. Gooners
Can I
versus
just ask
Everton.
Lou, why saying finally? Thank you, Jimbo.
Because he's been asking you what your breaking point is for weeks, and you keep saying you haven't really given an answer. So,
well, I'm not a breaking point.
Teflon, Jimbo, you are.
Yeah, nothing sticks to you, mate. But anyway, Arsenal-Everton. Bobby K is saying Everton are going to win 7-0, which I like a lot.
I love
Jimbo,
this. I love Dan's. I love Dan's thingy.
Yeah, he's banned from playing Monopoly, Dan, because he's the most competitive person you'll ever meet. So we've played it once in 25 years and we nearly got divorced. So never again.
No, but he's on about the game on the computer.
Oh yeah, that Monopoly's all right. Monopoly Go. But yeah, Jimbo, Everton, Arsenal, Everton.
It's at Arsenal, right?
Correct.
Yeah, that's why Kate said Arsenal Everton, Jimbo, not Everton Arsenal.
No, I was reading what Ellie said. She said I got the right attitude. Thank you, Ellie. I'm gonna go 3-1 to Arsenal.
So the same as Luton, Dan.
No, Luton.
What? Go on, Luton.
No, Luton.
Mr. Chang, Arsenal, Everton. What are you thinking?
I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw in this game. I know it's unthinkable for Everton to even think of getting a single point. But since the last time I was unceremoniously booted out from the stream for predicting
You can
anything
say
other
if they're
than...
going to lose, because I think we're all going to predict an Arsenal win this week. So if you think they're going to win, I won't boot you out, I promise.
I am not going to flip-flop on the predictions that I've already sent to you on WhatsApp some 3 minutes ago. So I am still very much sticking to my 1-1 draw for tomorrow's.
Why have you booted him, you pig? Jimbo! Oh my God. Jimbo, fuck off. Oh my God, you're such a pleb. Stop it.
You said you would boot him, and you booted him.
You booted him, you tit.
My hands are here.
Honestly, you're such a pillock. I didn't.
Don't worry, Chang. It was Jim. Don't worry, mate. Don't worry.
Don't fiddle with things you don't know what you're doing. You'll end up shutting the stream off or something, you stupid ass. Nicholas. Arsenal Everton. How do you see this going?
I'm kind of with Vindaloo here. I think it's going to be 3-0 Arsenal. I think they're just going to be too good. Everton have played all right the last few weeks, but yeah, I just think that the break last weekend, not playing Liverpool, not being on a bounce. That I just think, Liverpool also in the week. Arsenal in the week did okay. They won. They did what needs to be done, but I think they're gonna come out and put Everton in the mud.
Chang knows I love him.
There is rumours that
yes, I know you do.
This new ownership that's coming in for Everton allegedly are going to get rid of Sean Dyche at the end of the season. But I am going for Arsenal 4, Everton 0. Same as Ellie. I just think they're going to smash the granny out of them, I'm afraid. But no, it wasn't me banning people. It was Jim. He thinks he's so clever. But the thing is, he messes it up. And then they just end the stream or something. I'm going to take the power away from him. I can't cope with it. Next up at the weekend, Liverpool versus Fulham. Chang, how do you see this one going?
I think it's going to be an uphill battle for Fulham to even score one at Anfield. And this is one of those games which I think Fulham will find it even difficult to keep Liverpool at bay. And because of that, I am going to go for a 2-0 win to the red half of Merseyside in this game tomorrow.
Yeah, it is going to be tough. Liverpool look absolutely phenomenal at the minute. Don't seem to be dropping points. But Nick, can Fulham get anything at Anfield?
No, they're rubbish away. Liverpool had Arne Slot was very critical of them, so they're going to come out and put in a performance. I think they'll concede. I think it will be 3-1 Liverpool.
3-1 says Nick. I have gone for 4-1. I think they'll concede, but I think they'll smash them. Salah looks unplayable at the minute. And yeah, Arne Slot makes me laugh. I really like him. They've gone from a manager in Klopp, who I did really like, even though he was annoying, to a manager in Slot who I really like. And I get really bad manager envy every time I watch Liverpool because I think their managers are always I just like them. I love the fact that he criticised his team, said he likes the score but hated the performance. And I think there'd be a massive reaction. Excuse me, against Fulham. But Jimbo, what's your thoughts on Liverpool Fulham?
They are susceptible to letting a goal in, aren't they, Liverpool? So I'm going to go 3-1, same as Nick, but I think Fulham will get a penalty.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, if they get a penalty, then Liverpool probably get 2 penalties because they do love a penalty. But then we have Newcastle versus Leicester City after that one.
Can I just say, Kate, I'm going to be a
Yes.
Shamrock Rovers supporter as well.
Why?
They've got through in the Europa League and they're playing Chelsea next.
Well, yeah, we might have to have them because we might be out of it. So we've got to choose a second team. So we'll have to support Paddy's team, the old Shamrock Rovers. Oh, top of the morning to you, laddie. Come on, the Shamrock
That's
Rovers.
in the Mickey Mouse Cup, though, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, that is the Mickey Mouse Cup. Nick, Newcastle Leicester. What's your thoughts?
It's interesting because you don't know what Newcastle are going to turn up. But they are at home. But then we thought that against West Ham. So
yeah, exactly.
I'm going to go 2-1 Newcastle.
That is the same scoreline as I've predicted. 2-1 Newcastle. Jimbo, are you going 2-1 or something completely different?
I'm going to go 3-2 Newcastle.
Oh, 5-goal thriller. Is Isak playing? He's back, isn't he, and fit? Yeah. Well, it's possible. And Mr. Chang, I'm guessing you're going for a 2-1. I haven't looked at my phone, but I'm guessing there's going to be a 2-1 there.
This is going to be my second 2-0 prediction for this weekend after the Liverpool and Fulham games. So, yeah, I think Newcastle United are going to win this game by 2-0.
You proved me wrong. Next, we've got Wolves Ipswich. Oh, God. I've gone for a 1-1 draw with this one. I think Wolves need to get something out of this game. But I don't know if that'll be enough to save his job. And Ipswich, not as good away from home. Although they did all right when they came to Spurs, just saying. But Jimbo, Wolves Ipswich, what's your thoughts?
I'm the same as you, Kate, 1-1. I just think it'll be a boring game, 1-1. In fact, I watched the Wolves game the other day. What they lost, didn't they, to was it West Ham? Yeah. That was quite a good game. I quite enjoyed it. Yeah,
but Wolves did look really poor.
Yeah, they had patches where they looked really good, and then they just looked so disjointed at times. But they had patches where they looked good.
They look like us. They look like they're not coached properly after time. Honestly, they do. But anyway, Chang, Wolves Ipswich. 2-1.
I am the third person for this particular fixture to have gone with a 1-1 draw. I am very interested to hear what Mr. Collison Wright has predicted for this match.
Yes, what? Nick, are you going to make it 4 out of 4?
4 out of 4 what?
Well,
what's your prediction?
1-1.
Huh?
We've all done we've all backed 1-1.
2-1 Wolves.
Ipswich.
2-1 Wolves.
Oh, you're such a spoil sport.
Why?
Now, because I like it when we all predict the same thing.
Well, I don't. I got some points to make up.
It gives me a sense of belonging and unity. But you've just ruined it.
Yeah.
You can't be in our game. Easy
Cool.
as. Sorry.
I'm fine with that.
Jimbo, Nottingham Forest versus Villa. This is a bit of a. It's not really a local derby, is it? Is it a derby? Nottingham and Villa aren't that far apart. I don't think they like each other that much.
No, they're not far apart.
But yeah, Forest sitting high in the table with the manager that I would love at Spurs, Nuno Espirito Santo. Don't know why we've never gone for him, but anyway, Forest Villa, Jimbo. Who's winning? Draw.
2-2.
2-2. A Desmond for Jimbo. Chang, do you agree with a draw?
I think Villa might just nick this as much as I want both of these teams to cancel each other out in the hopes that maybe, just maybe, we might catch them come the end of the season. But this is the one game where I think Villa are going to come out narrow 2-1 winners against Nottingham Forest. So it's going to be Aston Villa to win away from home by 2-1.
Interesting. Nick, Forest Villa, what's your thoughts?
Is Chang just going for 1-1 draws or something?
No, Chang went for 2-1 Villa, Jim went for 2-2.
Yeah, I mean Villa played in midweek. I'm going to go 1-1. I think it's going to be a draw. I think it's going to be a draw.
Near enough everyone in the chat, well, everyone that's put a comment in has put a draw, but I am going 2-1 Forest, the same as Fiona. I think Forest's going to nick it. And they're flying high.
I don't agree with anyone. And I don't agree with anyone. It's fine, but when we all agree, I love it.
Excuse me, you've all done different scores. When I criticised you, it's because all three of us had done a draw and you went the opposite way. One, we've all done different scores, so don't even go there. Just because you were on the watch along last night.
Just go and have a scissor or something. You know what?
Too far. How very dare you.
Jimbo's face is like, oh, that'd be good.
Nick, I'm going to come to you first. Brighton versus Crystal Palace.
I'm going to say 2-1 Palace. Sorry, 2-1 Brighton. Sorry, 2-1 Brighton. I was looking at Palace and I was thinking Brighton. And then I said Palace. I don't know what's going on. 2-1 Brighton.
I've done exactly the same. I've done Brighton 2, Palace 1.
Chang and Jimbo, you going to agree with us so we can all be in the cool gang?
Jimbo, what are you going with?
I don't know. They're both really, really hard teams to predict, aren't they? Who's going to turn up? Brighton are up and down. Palace are up and down. I'm going to go for a 2-2.
Oh, you spoil sport, Jimbo. And Mr. Chang, what are you going for?
This is going to be my third 2-0 home victory. So it's going to be Brighton.
What are you talking about? You went like that a minute ago, and now you've gone 2-0.
No, he was saying he was pointing to Jim up there.
Oh, yeah. All right, flip-flops.
Brighton and Hove Albion 2 and Crystal Palace 0.
There we go. Probably the big game of the weekend, some would say. Manchester Derby this weekend, Jimbo. City versus United. City bang out of form. Man United adapting to a new manager. What's going to happen, Jimbo?
3-1 City.
Wow. I've been watching a few of the Man City streams and they've been saying they think Pep's ready to quit. I don't know if it's true, but, that's what they're saying. So look, Luton Dan. Oh, friends. Oh, let's share our score predictions. Chang, City versus United. What do you fancy?
This is going to be my third 1-1 draw. and it so happens to be the the Manchester derby. So yeah, it's going to finish 1 apiece between City and United.
Nick, what about yourself?
I'm kind of thinking it's going to be 2-1, but I'm not sure if it's who to. So on that basis, I'm going to say 2-2.
That's what I've done, Nick.
Oh.
2-2.
Look at Paddy. Pep to Spurs when he walks out on scene.
I just don't see City having enough to beat them, but I don't see United having enough to beat them. So I can't see anything past a draw. But we shall see. Should be a good game, hopefully. But then we've got Chelsea, who literally can't stop winning, 6 wins in a row, versus Brentford, who are a bit up and down like Tower Bridge. Mr. Chang, how do you see this one going?
This is going to be my 4th and final 2-0 prediction for this weekend. Chelsea are going to come out 2-0 winners over Brentford.
Nick, Chelsea seem to found their form.
Yeah,
they're going to continue it.
Yeah, I think I'm going with Fiona. I think it's going to be 3-1 Chelsea. Brentford are rubbish away from home.
I've actually gone one better and gone 4-1 Chelsea because I
nearly went 4-1, but I decided against it because otherwise people say we agreed 3 scores in a row, so we're cheating.
Yeah, they look so impressive at the minute, unfortunately. Jimbo, Chelsea versus Brentford.
They look unbeatable at the minute, Chelsea, don't they? Yeah, I'm going to go with Mark. He knows his team, 3-1.
And Nick, he said 3-1 as well. I'm going to skip Spurs for a minute and go on to the Monday night game, which is Bournemouth versus West Ham. I'll flip 4-1, says Ed. Yeah, I can't see anything but Chelsea win. Bournemouth, West Ham. I'm going for Bournemouth to smash West Ham 3-1. I think West Ham look really weird this season, considering they won the transfer window. They win games I think they're going to lose. They lose a lot more games than when I think they're going to win. So me and Ellie agreeing again with Bournemouth 3, West Ham 1. Jimbo, if you can tear yourself away from your phone for 5 seconds without being rude. Bournemouth, West Ham.
2-1 to Bournemouth.
I thought you'd gone into some sort of daze there.
No, I just got a message of someone that I had to concentrate on.
Oh, right. Tell them that you're streaming. Don't they know who you are? Mr.
Well, this
Chang.
person, I don't want to upset him.
Oh, I know who it is now. Bournemouth, West Ham, Mr. Chang. What are your thoughts?
This is going to be my 4th and final 1-0 draw prediction for this weekend.
Ooh.
So it's going to finish 1 apiece.
Interesting. And you, Nicholas?
Yeah, I'm with Jimbo. I think it's going to be 2-1 Bournemouth.
Okay. And then I think this is the hardest game I've had to predict this season because I did a fan cam for the Irish Hotspur and I had to literally sit here for 5 minutes and try and decide what to predict. But I'm going to go to you first, Chang, for Southampton Spurs because I'm at a loss. I don't know where this is going to go. But what's your thoughts?
Don't be ridiculous. We're going to smash him.
I am still holding out for us to win, although I don't think we'll smash them. I still do expect us to concede, regardless of Southampton's form or their scoring prowess at home. But if we are to win this, I think it's going to be slim margins. And this is going to be my 2nd and my final 1-2 away win for the away team. So it's going to be Southampton 1, Tottenham Hotspur 2. Same as Fiona, by the way.
Yeah, same as Fiona. What about you, Nick? How are you feeling about this one?
We need to win, but I don't think we're going to. I think it's going to be 1-1. I think in the Kyle Walker-Peters derby, I think it's going to be 1-1.
The Kyle Walker-Peters derby. I love it. I
Oh, someone at the
completely.
door.
All right, I'll talk. I had it down that before the Rangers game, I had us to win 3-2. But after watching Rangers, I've changed it to 2-2. I have flip-flopped after that because I just thought we were so bad. And again, I agreed with Ellie. She's gone 2-2 as well. I don't know where our next win's coming from. Sorry, I was trying to listen to the door. I just don't know where our next win's coming from. It's just so depressing watching Spurs. We're not going to have anyone back as far as I know. We've not even got the benefit of having Bentancur. And I just feel really dejected. And I won't be surprised if we lose. I won't be surprised if we win. And I won't be surprised if we draw. I literally have no clue. But I'm going for 2-2 for this one. But Jimbo, who was that at the door?
There's a delivery for you, a pink box. And he's a United supporter. He went, how'd you go on last night?
Oh, God. Don't you just hate delivery men? You should have told him to bog off.
I told him we won 5-0.
Jimbo, Southampton Spurs. What's your thoughts?
I suppose you lot have all been negative.
No, I've done 2-2. Nick's done 1-1, and Chang's done Tottenham to win 2-1.
Yeah. So where's the negativity there, Jimbo?
Yeah, Jimbo.
Well, the draw's negative. 4-1.
Fuck.
What planet are you living on?
I live on Jim Planet and I love it. It's a lovely planet.
If you think it's going to be 4-1, who the hell is scoring 4 goals for Spurs?
Sonny a score, Kulu a score, Johnson a score, and Madders a score.
Not Solanke, no?
Well, is he playing? Is he? If Solanke plays, I have Solanke, yeah.
Yeah, he will be playing, yeah.
Yeah, I have Solanke, Kulu, Solanke 2, Kulu and Brennan.
Well, Jim, I love your positive enthusiasm, but I think you're mental. I'm just going to put it out there.
It's a nice planet. Everything's like fluffy and pink and look like this, like that, all pink and rosy.
Ben Bryan is saying he thinks that Spurs are going to win 3-1. I don't know if there's reverse psychology there, but I just can't see it. I'm so disillusioned with my team.
Well, I would just like to say for the chat, everybody in the chat, just remember that Kate and Nick laughed at me.
When? What?
When I just said 4-1.
Yeah, don't worry, Jim. We'll laugh at you again, mate. I think you've got it right once or twice, mate, in the whole season. So what are you trying to say, Jimbo? If we're talking about
don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me, because when you laugh and I get it right, it comes back and muds you.
All right, well, we've played 16 games plus the 6 games in Europe plus the 3 games in there. What's that? 25 games. You got it right twice, Jimbo. So
twice is better than none, Nicholas.
Me and Kate are 23 for 2. Yeah. So
if you do the lottery 25 times and you win it twice, it's lovely. So I'm happy with my lottery wins.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's even better if you win it 23 times.
Exactly.
You did half talk some rubbish. You're now Mr. Waffle Office. That's you. That's your new name. But look, I hope you're right, Jimbo. I do hope you're right.
Exactly. Me and Kate would love you to be right, but
yeah, exactly. Yeah, but Jimbo, what if we lose 4-1?
Won't happen. I can't even answer that question because it's such a stupid question.
Well, do you know what? I dread the weekend now, because then mind you, we're not streaming Monday, so at least if we get smashed, we're not actually back till Thursday after today, because we've got to travel down to Kent on Monday. Tuesday I'm at a concert in Brixton. Wednesday I'm going to be recovering from the concert in Brixton. And Thursday,
Kate is down with the kids. Concert in Brixton. Bruh, bruh.
I'm going to I'm going to a gig.
You've never seen any white lesbians in Brixton, let me just tell you that. But you will on Tuesday.
No. I'm going to wear my Dr. Martens just so I fit in. But yeah, no, I haven't even got Dr. Martens. But yeah, I'm at a gig Tuesday and then recovering Wednesday, probably with a migraine. But we're back Thursday.
The show will be cancelled Thursday because Kate will still be ill, and we'll see you after Christmas. Have a good. And by that time, Ange will be sacked. Jim will be in the mud, and we'll have Ryan Mason. So that's the predictions that we're going to make, Kate.
Nicholas, you've got a few right there, but I'm never in the mud, mate.
No, it's not KD Lang, but that's very funny. It's actually someone called
brilliant.
Blade.
You are sometimes, Jimbo, because we all are. We're all in the mud a little bit of the time. Come on, Jimbo. Good for your skin, mate.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll be back Thursday with the recap and also the predictions for the following week, because Friday I can't do it because we're traveling back from Kent. It's so hectic. But anyway, because we're spending Christmas in Lincoln now, not in Kent. So it's all very up in the air. But yeah, we're flip-flopping all over the place. Mr. Chang, have you the rapper? That's it. See, Angus knows. I quite like
the rapper. Is that his name? The rapper.
No, Blade. Bladee.
That's Wesley Snipes, isn't it? Wesley Snipes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love that film.
He's got 2 E's, this guy, and he's Swedish, but he raps in English.
You used to remind me of Blade, Nick. That big fat thing that used to lay on the floor. They used to be you. We can't say it no more.
The fat thing that laid on the floor. It's outrageous, Jimbo. I don't get this treatment on We Are Tottenham TV. I'll tell you.
Yeah, but it's not as much fun.
No, it's not. You're right, Jimbo. You're right.
I can't breathe. What thing to say?
Behavior. What an outrageous.
That's disgraceful.
Yeah.
You're saying that about Nick, but now you wear Nick's tops because they're too.
Yeah, but I know I'm a big fat thing. I don't give a shit.
You are Pearl, the morbidly obese vampire. There you go.
Is that what it was called, Pearl?
Yeah,
that's it, Pearl. That was quite a good impression, actually. A little bit too good. But anyway. It is bad. I think you should apologise to Nick, Jim. It's the season of.
He knows I love him, Kay.
I don't want his apologies. I
wouldn't be me if I never said something like that. Nick knows that.
That's vile.
We was promoting. You scumbag, Jimbo. You scumbag and you cretin, mate. You should. We was
promoting.
Not the first time I've been called that, Nicholas.
Yeah, well, at least being called it from me, Jimbo, it means something. You know.
We was promoting mental health awareness on Wednesday and be kind, and then Jim comes out with that insult. That is outrageous. Well, you wasn't then. You was vile.
I'm fine.
Yeah,
I've built a bridge, Kate. I've built a bridge. I got over it, knowing that Jimbo's predicted 4-1. Let's just put it that way. So.
Yeah, Chang, we've never been nasty to you because we love you, and you're nicer than all of us put together. But there we go. Chang, you've got any plans for any streams before next Thursday when we're back?
So this isn't technically a stream, but in about 2 hours' time at 3:30 p.m., I will be on Premier League Fan Zone over on Sky. I'm going to be doing. I'm supposed to be doing a test call in about 40 minutes at 2 p.m. So if all goes well, from 3:30 p.m. Onwards, I should be on Sky talking about Big Ange. I'm guessing it's not going to be nice. Anything to do with Big Ange or even Spurs right now is just going to be more of the same hammering from maybe possibly Clinton Morrison or whoever is going to be on the panel today. But I am very much looking forward to it.
Hang on, Chang. You dropped another name.
Says, I can't get her. Get her up there. Dropping another name.
Someone said it to me the other day. So I'm sending it back. It's the first time I've had a chance to say it back to someone. Sorry, Jake.
That's fine. It's perfectly fine. I'm just trying to get my head out of this. I wouldn't say it's a negative place. I just want something to actually look forward to. I mean, the last time I was really, frankly, and honestly looking forward to a Spurs match was possibly City away, and that turned out a lot better than I was actually looking forward to. So hopefully hopefully this is the start of maybe our upturn in fortunes. Although with our current squad, with our current form, and Big Ange just doing strange things in post-match conferences, I think it's going to be a big ask. But yeah, hopefully I have something positive to say about. I really do hope I don't get bashed on Sky in 2 hours time at 3:30 p.m. UK time. But fingers crossed, everything goes well for me, and we should be seeing each other again next Thursday. Did I get it correct?
Correct.
So it's gonna be next Thursday at noon, same time, same place.
Good stuff. It's not something, I don't know how you watch it, the Fan Zone. There must be a way of watching it, but I've no idea how you do it. But there must be a way. Apparently, Teddy Sheringham said this morning that Timo Werner couldn't cross a road. That's a bit harsh from Teddy there, but not saying he's wrong. But that's a bit harsh. Nick, are you anywhere? I know you're working constantly at the moment.
Well, I don't want to outdo Chang, but I'm going to. We're just waiting for the release of the Hotspur Hunt 2024. You will see me in the crowd giving it the clap. And maybe next week there will be an exclusive that you might see me in from Tottenham Hotspur. Let's just leave.
I wonder what that could be.
I can't say any more. I have signed an NDA, but there'll be an announcement for the club. And then you may see me doing some funny things. So you can keep Sky, Chang, with all due respect. I'll just go for, like Kate tries to do it. Yeah. She tried to do it when we're at the stadium. Talk Sport were there. They didn't speak to her. Now she's had to, eventually, she's called in and she's got on Talk Sport onto the radio shows. There was people from Greece. There was people from Australia. They were coming up. They were saying hello to me. If you're going to try and out big time Big Time is always going to come back with something. But
now they're coming up to me going, "Are you that lesbian from We Are Tottenham TV?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, that's me."
Exactly. Yeah, that's me. They're like, "Oh, I really fancy you." And Jimbo's going, "God, I'd fancy that if that happened." Yeah, go on, Kate. Off you go. So Jimbo's benefiting from that, Kate. Jimbo's benefiting from it. So,
Nick, did you really have to sign an NDA?
Yes, I really had to sign an NDA. Yes,
that's how big time.
That's how big time I am. I had to sign an NDA.
It's a good job you didn't tell anyone what the secret is.
I haven't told anyone. I haven't told anyone. I don't know what you're talking about.
No one knows.
No one
but
knows.
Jimbo, anything you're not on anywhere? I don't even have to ask you.
But I will be back to say yes. We won 4-1.
What?
I will be back on this channel to say yes. We won 4-1.
Okay, all right, Jimbo. We'll see you then, Jimbo.
Oh, Jacob, we love Jacob. Look, he thinks Kate and Jim are the greatest. Well, we love Jacob.
Yeah,
we think he's the greatest. But yes, Jim, look, that's the end of the show. Bobby K's going to be ringing me in a minute. So I need to get off to make sure I answer, otherwise they call me racist. Have a great day, everyone. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the football. Oh, my God. We won't be back. We may be back before then. There is a possibility I might just suddenly decide I want to stream.
Emergency stream.
If Ange gets sacked or
we lose 4-1.
Every day at 3:15 up till Christmas, there's a 12 Days of Christmas video as well going on the channel every day at 3:15. So look out for the premiere of today's one. It was Ben from the coffee company yesterday. And I'm not going to tell you who today is. You'll have to watch it and find out. But Jimbo, I'll let you eat. I'll let you finish the stream. Yeah, I don't know what I was going to say there. I'll let you finish the stream as only you can.
Well, I don't have to talk about Tottenham or lesbians. I'm not sure what one should talk about.
Do both.
No, we won't talk about lesbians because Jacob's listening. So I've got to be good. Look, they all laughed at me. They all laughed at me when I said we'd beat City. We've beat Southampton. Come on. There's no possible chance we're going to lose to Southampton. All you ones have done draws and losses. Forget it. We're Spurs. We'll be back. Football's up and down. We're down in a minute. This is the week we start coming back against Southampton, and then we'll be on a run. Get behind the lads. Get behind Ange Ways here. Don't think it's going to be much longer, but get behind him Ways here. Come on, you fucking Spurs.
Giving opinions with no regret, smashing the top bins like in the onion net. Talking the talk with Kate and Jim, and walking the walk, just listen in. The perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter. Mix and transfer news, it's what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jimbo always keeps a positive spin, while Kate's Mickey has a name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like Lenny stop robbing, or she's just flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping. The perfect match, you just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match, you just got to latch onto that perfect match.